Hey everyone, Doug with Theme Park DNA. I am very excited about today's video. I've got another Crimson Dawn unboxing for you, and I've got another mystery box and an empty and a core. So let's dive in. And I just noticed this. I don't know if I've ever noticed it before, but there's a stamp on here that says that this was packaged by Darth Apocalypse, and that's cool. All right. Well, I obviously only remembered like my favorite thing in here, and had forgotten everything that was in this box. No wonder it was heavy, and I've got more blades than I thought I should. So in this box, I've got a House of Wren Darksaber, which is, for those of you unfamiliar, it's going to be the one that's more comfortable versus the one that's more screen accurate, the one that's got the rounded edges. I've got a Defiant empty in here that I'm going to put the Profi NeoPixel core in, and I've got a tier 2 and a tier 3 mystery box. Plus I bought a V6 LED Saber core that is the base lit core, V6 core. Man, I'm stoked. Let's see what these things look like. Alright, there's 2 blades in this bundle. So I'm making an assumption, but I think that this might be both of my mystery boxes. Here's my V6 core, packaged with what looks like my mystery boxes. Nice. So I bought this so that I can mix and match with some of my Sabers. Oh, it's dead. We'll charge that. And I'm going to pull a Profi core from one of my Sabers and play some musical chords and put this in one of my other Sabers, so that this Defiant that I'm getting today will have a Profi core. All right, I don't have this 100% unwrapped yet, but I think this is going to be a Centurion. Let's see if I can get this off. I know it's black. Looks really cool. All right, finally got that off. That was a pain, but this is definitely a Centurion, and man, it looks great. You know, this middle section, there's not a whole lot to it, but really comfortable, nice and smooth. Let's see if the battery works. Nope, it's dead. All right, I'm gonna put a blade in here, even though the battery's dead. And, you know, I see that there's a little perforated strip that runs down the blade. Oh, that's much easier. Man, I don't know. Maybe enough people like me complained. Not that they heard my complaint, but this is much, much easier. Yep, I got two pulls and got the whole thing. That's great. All right, well, even though this is dead, got a blade on here, and I gotta say, first impressions, I really like it. We got enough lines right in here to kind of keep it interesting. It gives you a little bit of grip. This doesn't feel like the slick anodizing that's on some of them, and feels like you can hold on to it a little bit better. A little bit of a handguard. I like the emitter. It's simple, but I like it. Alright, so this is a tier 3 Saber, and so I'm assuming this is a tier 2 because I have a tier 2 and a tier 3 in here. Oh, I got a little bit of a hint here. I gotta quit looking ahead. I'm like a kid on Christmas. Wow, nice. Man, this is the first time I've gotten this one. This is the Solstice, I think. And there's 3 different colors. This is obviously the black one. They have names for them. It's, I believe this is the Solstice Eclipse. Nice. Got a little bit of a shroud. Interesting pommels. Looks like it sounds great. Let's see. Nope, it's dead. Wow. Well, 3 for 3. Need to recharge the batteries. But this pommel looks like it's going to sound great. You got about an inch of just empty space in here, and then you've got some outward facing holes. It sounds like, well, I don't know what it sounds like, but it looks like the sound's going to come down and come out of the sound vents, and what doesn't, it's going to bounce off of this and come out as well. I think that's going to sound really cool. This feels interesting because it has a shroud, but just down here in the lower grip section, and it's an uneven shroud. Here on the side of the switch, you've got these horizontal cutouts, and then on the back side, you've got this large cutout that reveals, you know, what the grip section looks like underneath, and it's really, really interesting. It's a nice effect. It does make it a little thicker right here, but really not that big a deal. Standard switch, and the emitter is just interesting enough. We got a couple of turns underneath to give it some little bit of depth of character, and then you've got this miniature shroud over the emitter, slightly reminiscent of, you know, the Fallen Order Gerontopal Cal Kestis lightsaber, which if you've been watching, you know I'm a big fan of. And speaking of which, I've got one in this box. What am I doing? Got a couple of thumb screws. I really like that they randomly pack in thumb screws. So I had to take off the shrouded emitter because I couldn't find a blade retention screw, and that's because it was underneath the shrouded emitter. Get that screwed in good. Wow, this is neat. You can kind of, there's not really a hole. This was just put, you can kind of put it where you want. Looks like it goes in between that groove right there. Lines up perfectly with the switch. Man, that's a nice saber. I really like that. Feels really nice. This uneven feel in the hand really kind of helps you orient to the switch without having to look. You can orient by feel. Wow, very nice, very nice. So this is the House Wren Darksaber, and it is silver, the same as the. I said House Wren, Clan Wren. I'm sorry, Clan Wren, but this is much like the Clan Vizsla version, which is the more screen accurate version. It's silver. I wish it was black or obsidian or a little darker. Batteries. Dead. It's a little bit loose. I don't know what. All right. Well, I've got a blade in there. I've got all the blade retention screws in. This shroud comes off, and so does the handguard. And I've tightened that screw down as tight as it'll go. Still got a little bit of wobble here, but it does seem very comfortable. The batteries are dead on this one as well. All right, that means this is the Defiant, and I'm excited. This is what I've been waiting on. The Defiant is Crimson Dawn's name for the LGT version of the Fallen Order hilt. And I got this in the obsidian, which I'm really excited about. This thing is out of stock most of the time. Man, this obsidian, which is a high gloss black, looks great. And I'm a little worse for wear. I'm a little bummed out, to be honest with you. It took some doing. I have actually been fooling with this for quite some time. But if you can see that screw right there, that screw is how I figured out that I'm not going to be able to put a regular core in here, swap it, or at least I don't think so. A couple of reasons. The screw in the back, the one that you see poking out here, there's no screw head. I've tried to unscrew this, I've tried to remove. It would appear that the hole for that screw is underneath this little faux control box type thing, and that is glued in place after the screw is put in there. Also, there's only one screw instead of two. There's two switches instead of one. No hole for the recharge port, which isn't a deal breaker. I could always pop the battery out of the and recharge it that way out of the chassis if I could get the chassis in. But with that screw and no apparent way to remove it, it does not look like it's gonna fit. I will call Crimson Dawn tomorrow and talk to one of their fine customer service representatives and see what the what is. But maybe I should have done a little more homework, but I kind of think that when you buy an empty of a character Saber that a core won't fit into, that they should tell you that. Hey, warning, a regular core will not fit in this empty. That would be nice to know. All right, I've got all three of these charged up. I'm gonna take a look at them real quick. I really like this saber. Simple, got a Obi-Wan style pommel. Clean grip area. A little slick. I wish there was just a tiny bit more grip, but it's real comfortable. But it makes up for grip up here at the top. You've got these cutouts that go all around, and you almost have a Suba here. It's all black except for here and at the top of the mitter, and I really, really like it. Really easy to handle. Next up, we've got this Solstice. I thought it was really interesting and a great way to try to maximize profit, right? So if you look real carefully at this, this is just a Typhon, which I've reviewed previously, which is a very comfortable saber, and they just put 2 shrouds over it and made it a completely different saber. So this outer piece right here is a shroud, and this emitter piece is a shroud, and it makes it look completely different. You wouldn't even know this is a Typhon underneath if you didn't take these pieces off. Last up, we got this House Wren Darksaber, which I really, really like. Just off the cuff, just looking at it, just really, it doesn't have much to do with the looks, just the feel of it. I know this is less screen accurate than that House Vizsla version that I previously unboxed. I'm planning on a comparison of these two, but immediately you can tell this saber, while less screen accurate, is much more comfortable, easier to handle. The only thing is this guard. It's got a little wobble to it. This emitter piece right here is removable. I've held it up against this as tight as I can, try to tighten that down. That does not have the standard blade retention screw Allen key head to that. It's just a little bit larger, and it wanted to try to strip on me. But this is a great looking saber, and it feels even better. I think if you just probably put a little bit of tiny little piece of craft foam in here on either side, it'll take care of that. So anyway, it's still a great looking hilt, and I may just keep it around as an empty. I don't know. We'll see what my phone call from Crimson Dawn tomorrow yields. But I really like the hilt. If I'm not going to be able to swap this out for anything, I'm probably at least going to keep it for my Fallen Order comparison video. I was counting this as a saber, and right now it's just an empty, but I think I've got about 7 different versions of this saber, and I really, really am looking forward to getting them all together, getting them all working, because a couple of them are empties, and getting one big comparison video of every one of these I can get my hands on. I need an 89 Sabers. Anybody have one that I can borrow? Give me a shout out, because that would be awesome. I really would like an 89 Sabers in my comparison, but I can't get my hands on one, and the only one I found is like a $300 for an empty. I'd rather not go that route. So we're gonna wrap this video up though. All in all, I'm still happy with the haul. A little disappointed that I'm not gonna be able to do anything with this right now. What do you think about this Crimson Dawn haul? What do you think about this House Wren Darksaber up here? What do you think about the Centurion, the Solstice, and this Defiant empty? Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about it? You got some experience with this Defiant as an empty? How did you get rid of that screw? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this content, let me know with a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, we would love a subscription. Click that notification bell so you're sure to get notifications on all of our future content. That's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching.